Hi everybody, Charlie Egan here of Village Properties, and this is episode number 6 of my home real estate video series. And in this episode, I'm going to be discussing the question of how do I compare my property to other homes. And first off, let me just say that no two properties are alike. I mean, every property, they can have some similarities, but every property is unique. And as in the previous episode, I talked about homes being in a market, and homes are like a commodity. Yet we also know that no two homes are alike. And so I sympathize with sellers when I go out to see their home and I talk to them about perhaps comparable properties that are like theirs, like their home, and they are quick to add, there's no homes out there like my home. We did this and that, and it's got views, and we've done all this work to the property. It has this history, and I saw a property that was on the market in Los Angeles, and the seller mentioned that it was owned by I think Jerry Van Dyke, Dick Van Dyke's brother, and there was a lot of celebrities and movie people that hung out there. So it gave it some unique characteristics in history that, to that seller's mind, gave it value above and beyond what some comparable properties, physically comparable, in terms of square footage and bedrooms and baths, etc. But let me get back to the matter at hand about how do I compare my property to others. So first, it's important to try as a seller to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, because a buyer, when they are on the market looking for properties, in a given day, they may go out with their real estate agent and look at a half a dozen or a dozen properties around your home that are on the market that are approximately like your home, because that's the criteria that that particular buyer is using. And so let's say you have a home and it's worth about $1 million. That buyer is going to be out there looking at other homes. And if your home doesn't have the same characteristics and the features and also the upgrades and in the condition of those other homes, it's not going to warrant, in that buyer's mind, the same price as those other homes. So it's important for you as the seller to be aware that your real estate agent is showing you what your competition's like and what the price of those competitive homes are, and to give you an idea of what buyers are looking at. But on a whole nother level of this, when you are evaluating your home and pricing it, in the real estate industry, we have this thing called a CMA, and it's an acronym meaning comparative market analysis. So when you as a seller and also as a buyer can ask for, well, give me a comparable market analysis of this home or my home or that home. And what the real estate agent does is he generates this document that picks out homes that are similar to your home or the home you as a buyer want to buy, and it's within a range of square footage and bedrooms and baths and geographically and all that. And it shows what the homes have in similarities and dissimilarities, and then it gives the price of the home. And CMAs can be done for any status: active, solds, expireds, coming soons. But it's most valuable, I think, for a seller to see what homes sold for. Don't use the criteria of actives or pendings, because for all intents and purposes, sellers can price their home. I mean, they could be smoking crack and think it's the Taj Mahal when it really isn't. And you need the grounding of what somebody would actually pay dollars for the home to give it any sort of validity. So if you are comparing your home to actives, That's not what the home is worth. That's what the that's what the seller thinks it's worth. That's not what a buyer and the marketplace thinks it's worth. So when you are pricing your home and comparing it, make sure that you are comparing it to sold properties. So in closing, I just wanted to say that I do, to kind of chunk this all up, that we do agree that no two properties are alike, but we're forced to, because of homes being a commodity, them selling on a marketplace like the stock market, they have to be given some sort of commoditization and compare them to other properties so that we can establish a price range. And you must consider the condition of other properties as an alternative for buyers, meaning that buyers are going to go out looking at properties that are like yours, and they're going to compare condition and price and square footage and views and other amenities with your home and come up with a value of what your home is worth and what they're willing to pay for it. And it's smarter to compare properties to others that have sold rather than using actives or expireds or pendings. Use sold properties to establish a value for your home. And the market tells the truth about the property versus the competition. So if you use sold properties to kind of evaluate what your home is worth, sold properties, it'll tell you the truth what your home is worth. That's what markets do. What somebody is willing to pay for your home is what the market will pay for it. And that's the truth. And the sooner that you can kind of come to grips with that, the further along you'll be on the way to selling your home and moving on to whatever dream you have of your life after that. All right. Charley Egan, Village Properties. Please keep your eyes and ears open. I'll have another episode of this home seller series and the home real estate video series coming out to you in the next week or so. All right. Take care.